Hi, this is John from John's Workshop, and today I want to tell you a little bit about a part struggle that I had with my 2012 W221 S65. So the W221 was 06 through 13, so this may apply to other years other than the 12, which is what I have. So let me show you what I was doing. So with the hood open, you can see there's this air baffle part right here, and you can see mine is ripped right here. So I was working to replace this part here, which actually continues on over here. And trying to find that replacement part proved to be pretty tricky. I've got this hood deck here disassembled here, so it makes it easy to show you. But so I'm just going to pull this off, but that part resides underneath there. And as you can see, this is the old part right here. You can see it's kind of looking pretty shabby. I tend to see this all the time because I keep the hood open with a trickle charger on it when I'm not driving it. So I walked by this, it was kind of bugging me. You can see this one here is kind of flopping around, looks pretty bad. So I thought, well, I'll just go to the dealer, get a new part. So they looked it up based on the VIN and they ordered the part, and it came, and it was, of course, it was the wrong part. It didn't even look like this. It did have these little air baffle vents or seals, but it didn't even look like this at all. So I took my part out, and you can see right here, there's the part numbers. You got A221 500 0316, and I brought that in, and then they ordered that, and so the part came in, and it was the wrong part. So this is the part right here that was incorrect on the second part that came in. The top part here is the brand new part, which doesn't match. As you can see, there's a notch in the bottom one and not in the top. So they put in a case to Mercedes about this, and they basically come up with nothing. So finally the parts guy decided, how about if we order this second part number here, which is the A221 500 0616. So when he ordered it, it said it would only come from Germany, and they had none. So I thought I was out of luck. Believe it or not, a week or so later, the correct part came, and I just now got that. So here's the brand new part. You can see those rubber seals are not flopping around anymore, so I'm looking forward to getting that in. And there it is, the part number. It's still got both of those part numbers on it. The A221 500 0616 is the right one for this, because the spacing between these two on the driver's side was incorrect. It didn't have this this notch right here. So anyways, if you've got this same problem, just wanted to let you know so that you get the right part without having to go through 3 separate orders like I did. Pretty simple removal here. You can see there's just a few bolts here that have to come off on the other side. Same thing, I just put the bolts back in there so you can see where they go. And then you've got the anchors on the front for the rubber seal, and there's a couple other bolts. They're all just 10 millimeters, so it's a pretty straightforward removal. The one thing on the bottom side here is your hood release cables are held with these little plastic clips. One of mine was broken, so I just went ahead and got another one as I was doing the repair. But there's you can see the hood release cable coming across there, and that's what's held with those plastic clips. So pretty easy reassembly. I'll put it back in. We'll see what it looks like. Passenger side hood lock. Now this one, there's a wire, you can see it there, that's connected. I didn't disconnect that, so it's kind of like one of those little puzzles where you've got to work this up through that hood deck plate. All right, so this is the passenger side. You see nothing's hooked up yet. And you got the cable down here. So what you can do is push this cable up into the little slot here, like this. Okay, so you can see the cable's on now. So you really can't get a lot of force on that to pull it up into that slot. So that's where I recommend using this cutoff or a bent screwdriver here, angle screwdriver. And with that, you should be able to pull that up. It helps to add a little dab of grease to that rubber grommet and make it engage in there. Okay, so you can see it's clicked in and the front of the cable is in there, so the sheath you can see is in there. And it just, that grease helped a little bit, and then pulling up with that angle screwdriver popped it right in. That's probably the hardest part of this whole repair. Another thing you have to watch out for when you're putting this back together is, see, this is the mounting bracket for the radar in front. The bracket has to go above the hood cable. You know, so the hood cable was held to this hood deck by this little clip and this little clip, which means it's trying to stay all the way to the top. But when you put this piece in, it's got to go above the hood cable. And then when you put the plastic, our new part in, see this, that goes below the cable. So you got to get that order right, and then these will just push right down. You can see there's nothing being clamped or crimped in there. When I first put it together, you could kind of feel that this didn't want to settle all the way down, and that's because I had the hood cable in between this bracket here and the top of the hood deck here. So watch out for that when you're putting it back together. When you're putting this hood catch back in, that's another thing. That goes up underneath here, but you put it above our new plastic part. So it's going, you kind of shove it up in there between the plastic and the metal pieces here. So bottom line is it does not compress our new plastic part that we just put in there. It kind of slips up above that. And so then you can see the holes are lined up like this. So that was just another tricky thing to just make sure that that is aligned properly. Yeah, actually all of them, but this one too, the 0616, they come with the two side pieces here, and I didn't see an easy way to get those replaced without taking the whole bumper off. So I ended up leaving mine. I thought they looked in pretty good shape. I mean, not completely perfect. You can see there's a little split right there, but otherwise they looked pretty good. And I thought, well, maybe at some point if I end up taking the bumper off, I'll replace those too. But for now, I really was just bothered by these top guys. So now we've got those installed. You can see here, they look so much better. They're not flapping around, and we're back to brand new. So the job's all done. Here's the new air ducts. Look a lot better. They're not flopping around. Of course, if you don't ever open your hood, you probably don't even notice that. But the idea is to use this to seal up against the top of the hood here to allow all the air that's coming in the front to go through the radiator and not escape up over the top here. So pretty happy that I got these replaced and they look good now. Hope this helps. If you had a similar problem and you're trying to order parts, hopefully this video will give you the right part number to order. Thanks for watching.